Take the tires and light the fires. Do it.
Well, on a day that COVID ravaged the Browns roster, not particularly because of positive virus tests, but due to close tracing contacts, you saw all four of your starting wide receivers down, 2 linebackers, 2 linemen obviously down today as well offensively. But the Browns went into the game with a we don't care attitude. We need to go win. Unfortunately, it seemed like from the go, things were kind of stacked against them. The momentum wasn't there for the most part of the game. So with that, I'm going to say welcome into the danger zone. We're going to get into this game a little bit. I'm Josh. He's Rich over there. Obviously coming to you after a loss here with the Browns, the now 2-13 Jets, the then 1-13 Jets, taking down the victory in the Meadowlands. Rich, there's a lot to go around in terms of blame and I don't even know if you should call it blame, but in terms of reasons why this team lost the football game, what's your big takeaway with this?
Well, as I'm pouring right now,
I hear it. I hear it in the background.
Well, look, man, any team that's one-dimensional ain't going to win the football game. We had to be one-dimensional. I don't know if it was a Baker throwing receivers, maybe getting in a rhythm with the ends. Jets all day and stopping the run. No matter what we did, we weren't running the ball today.
No.
There was no scenario.
Listen, it doesn't help that the guys who replaced your down O linemen were fucking garbage today. And listen, tall order, especially a guy playing out of position, Harris not playing center. And then you're reaching down into the depths of your depth chart here. These guys as a unit all together, but the 2 replacements in specific. The offensive line did not have a day today, Rich.
No, they looked overmatched, overwhelmed. I mean, you're missing 2 starters and your main backup, your swing lead all day, and it showed. Nick Harris struggled today. I was big time on him. Today, he was on their best pass defensive lineman period. We were getting overrun, so didn't play because this game. And I'll say it here now too. I don't know. I know you were big on him when we signed him, but the Austin Hooper looks like just a fucking waste, man.
It has been throughout the season. And he dropped some ones today, and the tight end group was called upon a lot, and so I don't want to hammer them a bunch, but man, even Bryant dropped 1 or 2, Hooper dropped a couple. It's just from the time we got the word that the Browns were going to be down all these offensive starters due to the close contact tracing, it seemed like it just every hurdle was thrown in front of us that could be. We couldn't get momentum going. It seemed like, and this could just be Browns fan talking, it seemed like most of the penalties weren't swinging our way, and maybe these things become amplified when you're losing the game. But man, it was one of them games from that time, I just had a bad feeling in my gut, and I wasn't able to shake it all game, and we ended up losing. But I was hopeful. I was definitely hopeful that Stefanski was going to pull something out, but it's kind of hard, so I'm not going to hammer him. It's kind of hard to do that when you're, trying to adjust a game plan hours before.
Yeah, I mean, the Browns did a off walk in a fucking parking garage at 8 this morning.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not going to beat up on them. The defense is what we expected. Like, I'm not mentioning the defense. If any, played a little bit better than anticipated. The no turnover thing is a fucking killed you. The only thing that, we'll lose the game if we don't take the ball. Seems like that's a running theme throughout the season. is games that we don't get a turnover in. I mean, you may as well just back up the fucking truck right after you get there.
Yeah.
It was a tough watch today. I mean, we couldn't get the ball moving. It seemed like maybe the only bitch I have with Stefanski is he kind of stayed on the game plan a little bit too long in that first half. You know, they were keen on the run, so you got to run run a fucking screen a little bit sooner. It worked in the second half.
Sure
it's not
did.
to say that it would have worked in the first half, but, get off your game plan a little bit sooner next time would be my only real group. Does anyone want to take a Parky's house and cut his fucking head off?
He's gone. I mean, not yet. He's obviously not gone. He will not be kicking for the Cleveland Browns next year. Mark it.
Yeah, no time. That's a fucking given. I say we just start, be on the forefront of the new trend. You can axe the kicker altogether. Just axe the fucking kicker altogether. And go for 2 every fucking time and go for it on 4th down, the other team's 50. And, fuck it, whatever happens. Because, Parky's let us down twice now.
Yeah, no,
for the last couple of weeks. And he's just been bad. I mean, he just hasn't been good. I mean, his fucking max range is like 40 yards.
It's just
anything past that, it's a wish.
It's not going to get it done. It's not going to get it done. They're going to have to figure something out for sure. And, if it's coming down to him winning the game for us, I have no confidence that he will be able to do it. None.
No, no, for the love of God, I don't care. I will not watch if he has to kick it. I won't even look at the screen. I'll go hide somewhere.
Rich is over there covering his eyes. Is it over yet? It's over yet?
It's like watching a fucking horror film. Like the
It is.
worst case scenario, the worst thing that could fucking happen. And here comes some fucking dickhead Parky out here who just sucks, dude. Double doink fucking sucks. He should be double cut.
Yeah.
Fucking see you later. Pack your shit.
And it will happen. For sure. And you talk about the defense, and you're right. It is. We knew what the defense was going to be. And actually, they probably made a couple more plays than I anticipated, when we needed to. Unfortunately, the offense is the side that really never got going. They did get a couple drives there in the second half. The thing that plagued us wasn't interceptions, but it was fumbles. Baker Mayfield with 3, I think, fumbles on this football game. And those are tough, man, especially when you're scrambling around, and it's tough to feel that pressure, especially when the line has been allowing the pressure all game long. So, and it's coming from all directions. So it's kind of tough. I'm going to say he needs to do better with that ball security, and I'm going to mark him for it, but I'm not going to hammer him and go to the extents that you see some people going to with it. Yeah.
Well, they're fucking morons. Don't attention to those people. Those people right now should be saying that Patrick Mahomes should be cut or benched because like shit today. You know what I mean? Like these people are fucking idiots. You can't reason with them. We don't need them really in the fandom of the Browns. The one thing I will fucking shit on Baker for, man, that's the second quarterback sneak fumble this year.
Yep, it is too.
Second quarterback sneak fumble this year. You can't fucking do that. Number one, you can't do it, period. I mean, you're closing your eyes, you're holding the football, and you're just mashing forward for a yard. And you see earlier in the game where he for like 4 yards off the right side, but how the fuck do you fumble a goddamn quarterback sneak? Like, dude, come on. And yeah, he took a hit from the back. It wasn't like someone ripped the ball out from him.
Right. It squirted out.
I have
sandwiched.
He got whatever. But I mean, that's what happens. You're playing football. You know what I'm saying? Like you're going to get hit all kinds of places. Hold on to the fucking football. The fumble that should have been a fucking fumble that we got shit on.
Yeah, that was one of the ref miscues I was talking about.
There's that one, the fucking clip or the block in that they just didn't call the Jets, and then a quarter later called it on us. I mean,
the fumble was the biggest one though, Rich, because it's one of those things.
The game.
It does, and it's one of those things where they let it play out for Baker, but they called it dead for Darnold. And it's like, you got to be consistent with that, especially when it's momentum swinging plays like that.
Yeah,
you got to let the thing play out because you can get it right upon review. Like,
yeah. Because these guys are fucking morons, man. I mean, they're just dudes and they don't really,
I like
they
it.
Need
these
like
guys are morons. Refs. These guys
they're fucking morons, dude. I mean, We've seen it how many times where, I mean, the Browns game that we watched where the Browns, football was over the first down marker, and then they said we were short. And then later in the same game, the Steelers would look to be like 2-3 inches short, and the fucking refs were like, suck their dicks, first down. Yeah. I just can't, and then look, and I'm not gonna make an excuse. We should have won the game, regardless of who was, out. But if we're the Baltimore Ravens, they fucking postpone that game, right?
Well, I don't know, man. I'm probably going to disagree on this front, only because it is a fact that the Ravens had active outbreaks going on, like 4 a day, 3-4 a day. So if the NFL's saying, I can't say that they don't give me enough of a reason to say it was a biased move because of the active outbreaks.
I'm not saying it's biased. I mean, maybe I kind of am, but so a team with an active outbreak because they broke protocol or didn't do things properly gets the benefit of having a game postponed.
That's where it becomes, yes.
And
that exact instance is where it becomes fuzzy. Yeah.
And we have guys that are in a fucking recovery tub, deemed close contacts, and they're yanked from the game. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't sit. And I get it, man. It's the Rona season. Shit's gonna happen. Everybody's kind of flying by the seat of their pants. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it just doesn't, the optics of it don't look to be exactly ideal. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're right. And I guess it's neither here nor there. So here are the good things. So
you found some?
Well, other than we lost, obviously, which is not good. The good thing is the Colts lost, and that's big for the Browns because of this reason. We are still sitting in a playoff spot even after losing to the Jets right now. Doesn't matter what the Titans do tonight because they're leading their division. So we go into week 17 regardless, sitting in a playoff spot, the number 7 spot. So what that does is even though the Steelers wrapped up the division this weekend by beating the Colts and the Browns losing, well, just them beating the Colts actually, I think, wrapped it up. But we go into week 17, a win and in scenario, Rich. A win and in scenario.
Yeah, I mean, we could technically even get in without anything crazy happening, even if we lose next week. And I don't want to start thinking, think Pittsburgh fucking we're going to rest every.
I don't know because where are they sitting now? So
I'm telling you right now,
but they're
spots
looking for
locked
seeding,
in. They're not
right?
moving.
Oh no, yeah, no. They can't get the first seed. So that's it. You're right. Their spots locked in.
Yeah, they're locked in. But I'm telling you, because we're a division opponent, Pittsburgh will play I'm willing to bet money Pittsburgh plays the game with everybody. They've been doing shitty. They need to get back on the right track. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they can take another shit on us. I mean, it's Pittsburgh. Right. Oh, yeah, it's what they do.
That's okay. I'm okay with. I mean, I don't want any handouts. I don't want any charity from them in terms of.
No, I'm not asking for no fucking charity, but I'm just saying
we're not going to catch a break probably.
No, we're not going to. I mean, anybody who thought the Browns were going to catch a break, like last weekend, every fucking team that needed to win, or to fuck us over won.
Yep.
And then this week comes along and the fucking Rona rears its ugly head and we're fucked. And then, so I wouldn't expect next week to be any different. No, honestly, I mean,
we're going to have to line up and go beat the Steelers. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I guess the positive is, so the only person we're probably not going to get back for this COVID thing is obviously who tested positive on defense.
Goodson.
We won't have him back. And then Wills, we'll have to see what's up with him. He obviously downgraded out before the game due to an illness is all it said. As long as it's not Rona, I would imagine he would be okay to play next week. We'll see. And I don't know what the status of Teller will be either because he was out with injury as well. But we should have our whole receiving core back. They should be back on the team in the building. And listen, I know I don't want to say that the Browns took the Jets lightly and that's why they lost this game because I don't necessarily think that was the case. I think the miscues, obviously, the fumbles by Baker, and then I'm going to put a little bit of it on the last second change in terms of the receiving core and what happened there. And, having the shit that takes a little bit of mustard out of it, even if, it shouldn't, but I'm sure it does at least a little. So next week you're looking hopefully to get healthy and then go in there with a renewed sense of urgency, because obviously you win or you go home. So that's it.
It's a little, I'm a Browns fan. I've been watching it a long time. I'm a little jaded, but this sweet eye thing on my screen here.
I see it. It was like a picture inside of your eye.
Right. It just concerns me, man, with the way the Rona is. Just the way Rona is, man. Just how you can have the possibility of winning the game in some cases taken from you. The Browns are healthy. We win this game. Maybe they looked flat for the first half, to be real dead ass honest with you, and that could have been due to not being able to get the ball moving. But this is a rough one, man. This is a rough one. We should have won. We should be talking about fucking playoffs right now and looking at this fucking Steelers game, because at this point, like, it wouldn't have mattered really for anybody outside of Browns fans who just want to fuck the Steelers. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, you handle business against the Jets. Obviously, with the Steelers beating the Colts, you're in. You got a spot locked up. So
it's just frustrating deal. I'm pretty irritated, to be honest with you. I don't really know who to screw.
Well, and I think that's the tough part, because you look at it and, like I said, you want to kind of sit in that spot and say, you know what, it don't fucking matter. You need to go line and beat the Jets, and we're right for thinking that. But then you start looking at it and you're like, okay, this, that, and the other thing, and here, there, whatever. And you're like, you want to be mad at them, but you're like, okay, I can see how this kind of came about. But again, you got to go line up and beat the team you're playing. And unfortunately, we did not do that with the Jets. So this is the only game of the season, I think, that the Browns have lost that they were supposed to win. I guess the Raiders, you could consider the Raiders game too. In that category. So, like I said, Rich, where that puts us right now is staring down week 17 against the Steelers at home, looking at a win and in scenario. As it stands now, if everything's correct here, okay, we don't need help.
No. Win, we're in, period, point blank. There's win and you're in, and that's and I guess, I'll probably come to terms with this later tonight, like it was going to be any different. Did you think this was going to be any different?
No, I mean, well, I had the
deep down inside, you knew something was going to go
there's
wrong.
That,
this whole
the other shoot
and be like,
thing.
Yeah, I mean, we're conditioned, but like I tweeted out earlier in the day, like we is going to be easy. When it comes time to slay the beast, like nobody does you any favors, right?
Yeah.
And getting into the playoffs is slaying the beast. And you knew it was going to come down to week 17. You knew it was going to be your biggest foe in the Pittsburgh Steelers waiting for you. I can't lose my confidence, man. I wanted them in week 17 for the division, right? Fuck it. I want them in week 17 for the goddamn playoffs.
It's really the same thing. I mean, we talked about the scenarios of the Browns going into week 17 without a playoff spot, but winning and being in for the division and a playoff spot. And this is kind of the same thing, except you don't get the division, but you get to go in for the playoffs. So look, I guess, you'd like to lock it up earlier. Obviously, you'd like to do it against a cupcake team like the Jets. You'd like to do that. We didn't. Now you got to put your big boy pants on, and you got to go beat the Steelers in week 17, who, like you said, are probably not going to be doing you any favors by sitting anyone or doing anything like that. They want to get rolling into the playoffs here because they will be playing a wild card team on wild card weekend. So it's going to be a test, man. And you know what? You're going to see the culmination of what this team is this year, because It's put up or shut up right now, week 17. And here it comes. And you know what? The more I talk about it, I'm obviously starting to get amped because I want to put this fucking Jets game as far in the rearview mirror as possible. But I definitely want to save some of that because when we go over this game this week, I have a feeling there's going to be a lot to talk about. Hopefully not a lot to talk about with Rona and it ravaging us or anything like that. But just the matchup itself and the path for this team to beat the Steelers and get into the playoffs. So big one coming up with that. Hey guys, don't forget, travel over to mark1sports.com. Check out all the content there with your Cavs, Indians, and Browns and your daily fantasy sports. Speaking of daily fantasy sports, don't forget to check out Thrive Fantasy and get your daily player prop bets in. A little bit different than your FanDuels and DraftKings. This obviously using player props. So very interesting thing. Go check out Thrive Fantasy. Use your Mark1 promo code to get your match bonus. Rich, I don't know, man. I could probably spend another 20 minutes fucking dissecting things. But like I said, I'm at the point in this game today here on Sunday at 5:00 in the afternoon where I want to put it behind me now.
I want to kill it with fire, dude. I don't want to talk about it. And some fucking asshole is going to ask me about it, like at work or something. I'm going to have to assault a motherfucker on a short week. I'm a little bit fucking irritated, general. Kind of fooling ourselves that we thought we were terrible, as many pieces as we were. I mean, the margin for error in the NFL is even a bad team, man. Fucking slim. And you start plucking players away off a starting lineup, and this is where you're going to end up.
Yep.
I will tell you, I'm watching the fucking day of your play. I can't watch that game and not lose my mind, scare my little 6-month-old dog like that. I'm going to have where I can explode without worrying about fucking freaking a baby out. But I wanted this one today. I wanted to be done. I wanted to week 17. I wanted the Pittsburgh Colts game to go different. I wanted a shot at that AFC North title. We're going to have to wait another year. It's coming.
It is coming.
It's definitely coming.
This Jets loss does not detract me from the trajectory of which this team is on.
No. I mean, nothing realistically, look, we all wanted to win Sunday this upcoming anyway, regardless of how the game went.
Yeah.
So we have the chance now. Winning, you're in, man. And
you got the chance.
The way the seeding goes, who would we?
If everything stood pat, 1, 2, 3. So what's it go? It goes 4 plays 5, 3 plays 6, and 2 plays 7. Is that correct? We would. So play the Steelers.
Get Buffalo. Oh, the Steelers.
Right now, the Steelers.
We get the Steelers.
Yeah. If the seeding stays exactly how it is, if everyone wins their game.
Yeah, they're in the 2. They're in the 2 spot.
Well, as long as they locked up the 2 spot, which I don't know if they did or not, because Buffalo's 11-3. So Buffalo's still got to play a game. I'm not sure how that where they're sitting right now with the 2 and 3 spot. But if we stay in the 7, we would play the 2, whoever that is. It's either probably going to be the Steelers or Bills. It's looking like so.
Yeah. What better way, man? Fuck go. Winning you're in. Get Pittsburgh in the fucking wild round. And payback time for payback time for 2002. Fuck it. Let's go, baby.
Let's do it, man. Go Browns.
Go Browns.